Hello, welcome to Three Sheets One Shot. And I'll pause now to see if Joe hears us. No, seriously? All right. I don't know why this is the case every time. Okay. For those of you who are watching live, welcome to Three Sheets One Shot, and I apologize because I need to figure out my sound system. I blame Zoom because I already got... Okay, so Rylan's there. Thank you, Rylan. He's keeping up. I'm checking my... I don't know what to do. Okay, voice and video. It should be on... You know what? I'm going to stick it on Yeti and then plug it in over there. Hang on. Hang on, Joe. I got this. I know what I'm doing. I've done this before. Watch the glass of wine. That's... Oh, hello. Are you there, Joe?
Yes, hello.
Okay. And how is that, Rylan?
Okay, now I can hear me in the stream.
Really? It only took like 1 minute to fix? I'm shocked. I'm seriously shocked because this...
Oh, hey, thanks, Rainick, for 18 months.
Oh, Rainick! I didn't hear Sir Mimsy, but yay! I don't know what's going on. What's turned off? Oh, that's correct. Okay. Yay! Thank you, Rainick! It must have done while I moved the thing. Thank you, Rainick. Okay, let's play. You know what? At the end of the stream, we have a dice giveaway. Joe.
Yes, yeah.
These are gorgeous. I don't know where I put them. They're gorgeous Golem dice.
You're telling the viewers.
They're Golem Swamp dice. And they're gorgeous from Die Hard Dice. So, if you don't win them, just go buy some because they're awesome. Okay, we got chat going. I don't know how to do it. Let me get chat up. You got time. Restart the stream? I know, she's a pro now. Yeah, purple drawing. It's homebrew. Yeah, exclamation point homebrew. And you can get in on that giveaway. And no, there's no recorder. Alright, so we don't start again, right? We're good?
No. Because Lord knows the sound will be a different kind of something or other.
Alright, so we're good.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
all
awesome.
Right. So, Joe and I talked earlier, and we decided to create a new homebrew campaign based on... I said 4 to 6, and then Joe was like, "Yeah, great, 4 to 6." And then I had a couple of drinks, and I said 1 to 3, and he was like, "I thought you said 4 to 6," and I'm like, "Of course I said 4 to 6." So who knows what we're gonna do tonight? But I think 4 to 6 is a good jumping point. So let's do our typical 4 players with characters level 4 to 6. And thank you so much for the the thank you came in from... I didn't even see it. Who saw that? Thank you. Joe, if you're talking, I don't hear you.
No, I haven't said anything yet. I'm just sending out links and listening. Oh, 100 Years Boar!
Yay! Thank you! Yeah, Mimsy might be delayed a little bit. I don't know what's going on with Mimsy. He's crazy, but thank you so much. Okay, so we have an untitled homebrew game. Let's create this one shot, shall we, Joe?
Yes, let's.
I'm already 2 shots in, folks. I'm not kidding you. 4 players with character levels 4 to 6, and we don't know where we're gonna go. But you know what? I did Joe, I went ahead and reloaded the map of Amenrath, the new one. And this includes stuff from 2 weeks ago. I missed last week. I was not feeling well. Which includes Elmatar and Raventor, which are part of the introduction of the shifters race into Amenrath, as well as Magpies, the start of One Night at Magpies, which was 2 weeks ago. But I wanted to show you guys this. Let me pull this up. I was very proud of this. There we go. This is Amenrath, but this is divided by races. I know I shouldn't say that, but it is.
Okay.
So this is just a brief overview of how the world of Amenrath is sort of divided into where people are. And I did create a new introduction for the Banana Brothers that includes this map, as well as sort of where the elves, humans, dwarves, and the other races are in the world of Amenrath. But I thought I'd show you guys this one real quick.
And it's like divided up, alphabetically. Like D is for dwarf, A is for Aarakocra, K is for Dwarves.
Dwarves? No, I didn't think about that.
F is for dwarves.
And A is
There's
for
a lot of dwarves.
Goliath, and B is for Buffurbog.
Buffurbog, yeah, Buffurbog.
Buffurbog. Yeah, so that's kind of what I did. So I did Crescent, which is up here, which was part of our one of our one-shots that we did. It was, what was it called? It was a good one too. It was the Yeti. Abominable.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And by the way, for those of you who don't know it, if you belong to my Discord, which the link is below, join it. All these one-shots are available to you for free in the bonus content section of our Discord server. So you could go in there. They were once only open to patrons, but I have changed my patrons, and I've opened all these one-shots for everybody. So they're in the bonus content on my Discord. So all you have to do is join Discord, and you are there. So Crescent is the home of the Goliaths, and I've also made Wildenoth, that whole area up there, sort of both Goliaths and Furbolgs. And then of course Furbolgs are down below in that where the Moganta trees grow. That's where Daros is from. And Zaman is more like mountain dwarves, and then dwarves in the hill dwarves in the D section there. And then E is this small area called Stonebridge, which is like a human settlement. Malgru up here at the top is the orcs, and that's who the whole Amenrath, the whole allied races of Amenrath are fighting the orcs for the battle for the Obsidian Wilds, which is that open area right below that. So anyway, it goes on, and I loved this little sort of this racial area, and I actually added down here the Loxodon in the K area by the Loxodon Necropolis. That was an idea I came up with by the Real Tranquil. I appreciate that. A lot of this is homebrewed by you guys, all my viewers. You guys came up with a lot of these ideas, and I love it. So this is sort of what I put together, and I will, I'll make this available on Discord as well. So anyway, let's get rid of that and get back to our story. So I've included that here, and I will include that brief summary of the races in Discord for you guys. So anyway, let's come up with a really cool idea for tonight's homebrew one-shot. Joe, help me think of something.
Okay. All right. Well, what do we got? We got on the map. Let's see here.
Yep.
What if we do something we haven't? Let's see. We haven't worked. Have we done anything with the Goliaths before? What about them?
Well, the Goliaths are the ones we did the abominable one.
Okay. Let's go and do. How about something completely underground? How about?
Well, we could do the drow.
Sure.
The drow are. Let me pull that back up again, because that is a separate area. The drow is right here at H. This small little circle here, right below Crow's Hollow. That is the area approximate location of the entrance to the drow. So we could do something there.
Okay. Sure.
Or you know what? We could do races that are not represented yet in Amenrath, because you know what, Joe, I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking that maybe there's a continent that's undiscovered.
Okay.
Maybe there's some place right here, but right where the T is in tropical, right where my key is, and people haven't reached it yet. Or, and that would be a tropical location, or up here under Amenrath, this little area here, maybe there's an area there that has not been explored on the map. I don't know, could be. We could add something to it. We could add a whole new race. We see what we have. We have Tabaxi and shifters and tieflings and a bunch of other things here, but what other race haven't we covered yet?
Okay, well, let's see here.
I could pull up.
Have we done? Well, not to not make a new continent, but have we done anything with the Aarakocra? I don't think we've done anything with them yet.
Not. Ooh, that would be fun.
We could
do Aarakocra up on that's at Ashbourne Peak. They reside right here, right above sort of the N in Ashbourne Peak. They have a little something to do with one of the campaigns, but it's a very, very low sort of involvement. So we could do that. There's the Tabaxi in the Tranquil of Rial. That's an area where there's a lot of Tabaxi monks.
We did that one. That one was a fun one.
That would be good. So we could do that. Or we could just come up with a brand new area. Let's look at races here on game rules. What races haven't we covered? We've covered the areas for the Dragonborn, Dwarf, Elves, Gnome, Half-Elves, Halflings, Half-Orcs, sorta. Humans, Tieflings. We're gonna leave out Exandria stuff. Aarakocra. The Genasi, if you recall, is part of the history of Amenrath. We've covered Goliath. We don't have an area for ASMRs. We do have an area for Furbolgs. We have an area for Goblins. Goblins in my world in Amenrath are considered friendly races.
Okay.
Orcs, we definitely have an area for orcs. Tabaxi. Wanti in my world are evil, and they will be introduced soon to the Banana Brothers. Spoiler alert. We don't have an area for Triton.
Okay, let's do something with Triton.
Yeah, let's do that. Maybe some watery.
Water?
Yeah.
Maybe what if that like magical undiscovered place is undiscovered because it's a
underwater
reef.
A reef.
So, yeah, it's a reef.
I love it. Okay, so it's probably by this T in tropical, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So we did do a little bit of underwater stuff with the drowned and the damned, but this could be completely different. This is more level 4 to 6, because that one was 7 and 9, I think. All right. So what should we do? Why would our adventurers find or need to go to this location?
Well, what if they arrived there by accident? Like they were actually going from the human settlement on the west over to the other continent on the east, and they got caught up in a storm, but turns out the storm was actually like how the Triton hunt, and they got caught up in it, and it swept them to the Triton homeland of the reef.
I like that. What is this Triton land called?
Well, you know what we use to figure that out, don't we?
I know what we need to use to figure that out. Let's just go there now. Let's just go to Fantasy Name Generator and figure it out. So,
see if there is a Triton.
Place names,
there's not a Triton, but let's see here. What else are they called? Sea creatures? No.
I see
Let's-
waterfall names.
Waterfall names probably wouldn't be bad. Are we naming the place or the? Yeah, we'll do
Well, we
that.
could go to. Let me go to fantasy names or home, and I'll scroll down because Emily's got an amazing choice here for all sorts of names. We'll go into D&D, and we'll toggle this list, and we'll look up Tritons.
Let's see. Sky Island name. Let's see. Let's look at island name.
Yeah. Island would be good. Oh, look at those Triton names.
What about?
Lashulin. They all end in ath.
What about Sargasso Haven?
I love it. Sargasso Haven. All right. The environment is Sargasso Haven. And this is a reef
Sure.
of what kind of reef? Is it
Like I would say coral. Like coral
reef?
built
Okay.
into the rocks and the ground and
Sure,
everything.
sure.
So you got all kinds. And of course, it wouldn't just be coral. You could have like the big, like what am I thinking of? Gardens of seaweed that that are just like everywhere, like the big forest of.
Okay. And I like what Rylan just said. Reef of skeletal remains. Ooh.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, wait a minute. No, he's just leaning us toward a necromantic Triton.
I know. Yep.
We all know
Knew
where
it.
he's going with that. Coral reef gardens of seaweed and other unusual Amin-Rathian spices or what's the I guess I'll put spices, but I mean something like an ingredient for something.
Reagents, like
Yeah,
spell reagents.
Yeah. I'll put spell reagents. So we all of us who play World of Warcraft and EverQuest know that. Okay, Sargasso Haven, and it's a coral reef, and it's home to the Tritons. Okay. And who's our protagonist? Who is the person sending our once they get there, once they land there, even if it's accidentally, what is the all right, we got Rylan, stop with the necromancer. We have enough necromancers in our story.
Are they late healers or just like really thorough healers? Like they don't stop into the job as completely.
Yeah, they have to go through the whole life cycle to be really good healers. I think that's what it is. Oops, let me click on my back to here again. We need to name our Triton name generator. Come up with a really good protagonist who's gonna send us out. Vamas. Ooh.
Yeah, let's see. What are those? What are they called?
Karzos. Rolmos.
They're not Triton.
All right, Alan. Someone in chat come up with a really good Triton name, male or female, doesn't matter. Some protagonist that will aid. I think that Tritons and Amin-Rath would be good. Neutral,
Well, I can
good.
try a Triton name generator because the best that Emily can come up with, although the website is completely thorough, is a mermaid generator, merman generator.
Well, no. If you scroll down to Dungeons and Dragons, there's the Triton there.
Oh, there is.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I'm there now. And actually, I found one, Falrin. Isn't that a cool name? No, not
like
Jason Momoa, Rylan. Listen.
Well, you'd have to spell it differently, like Mason Jamoa. No, Mason. Jawa. No, that doesn't work. It's too many vowels all running together.
I don't know. I like Falrin. That's a cool name.
Okay.
Jason. Stop it, Rylan. I like Falrin. Falrin. And they end with ath. I don't know why, but all the names tend to end with ath. So Redarath, Derorath, Garaldath. Bonalath. One more click. All right, we'll go with Memoath. But there we go. We've introduced Jason in there. There we go. Memoath. Or Memoath. All right, there we go. Falrin Memoath, and he is the tribe leader, right? Tritons would be in tribes.
Yep.
Okay, and what is the issue he's having at a level 4 to 6 level? What issue is he having? Let's look up. You know what? Let's look up some water beasts under our monsters for D&D.
Oh, there's all kinds of fun water beasts.
I know. Aquatic, underwater.
Oh, what if his problem is that, like, so let's say that he didn't really want to basically Shanghai the heroes and bring them to this place?
Yep.
What if he had to because he is being attacked by an aboleth, which is a being from the plane of water, I believe. Look it up. You'll have to double check. I believe that's...
I'll have to get rid of this challenge rating because I don't know if our oh, I failed my... I don't know how to spell aboleth. How do you spell aboleth?
Oh gosh, I'm just gonna just fire it off the top of my head. ABOLETH. I think there might be a.
I spelled that, but it wasn't a water, so I don't know why it didn't come up under underwater. Okay, that's a challenge rating 10, dude.
Well, there's gonna be 4 6s, maybe.
All right, let's see if we can handle this. Let's go up here to Handy Dandy D&D Beyond and go to...
Oh, it has legendary action.
It does, but if they're not in its lair, they wouldn't have that. Let's go to Encounters and create a new encounter. Don't anyone look because... Alright, so this is how many? 4 level 6s? No, 5.
Yeah.
Average 5 because we said 4 to 6, right?
Oh, yeah, so let's do the average of 5.
Yeah. So 4 5s. They're not going to handle an aboleth. Come on, dude. And aboleth. Dude. That's deadly for them. Look at that. It went straight to deadly.
Well, shoot.
I know.
All right.
So there's a reduced threat aboleth at 7.
Let's try that.
The dead and Thay. That would be good. A reduced threat aboleth. Sort of like a aboleth light. And that would work because it's only deadly.
I mean, it still has
let me get rid of that
action.
one and add this one. It's a medium. So we can throw a couple sharks in there too. Maybe it's aboleth Junior.
But yeah, and you can always just change the stats.
Absolutely.
You don't have to use the stats straight out of the...
Yeah. Aboleth Jr. Alright. Is there a twist to this story, Joe?
What if the twist is that it didn't the king
Falrin?
King Triton. No, King Triton, because I'm totally gonna call him King Triton now.
Sure.
What if King Triton was trying to impress Ariel? No, I'm just kidding. What if he?
Why would he impress Ariel?
Cause it's his daughter and he loves her, and No.
Okay.
Oh, hey, look at this. Look, this is fun. This is fun. You ready? You ready?
Okay. Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, wait a minute.
Thank you, Joe. You are the best.
So what if the king, right? He's been selling this to the adventurers as, oh, what a terrible mistake this has been. What a horrible accident that this aboleth has come here.
Yep.
Jump 2, not an accident. He actually did it, but he didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident in that he did it, but he didn't mean to do it.
What if he is a some sort of artificer, and he let loose a creature that he did not mean to let loose, and it's
Okay, yeah.
it's like a clockwork aboleth. Can Tritons be
sure.
artificers?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll put clockwork next to it.
the mechanical apparatus in seawater.
Well, but it's magic. Maybe there's a way to.
Sure.
A steampunk.
Sure,
Yeah,
magic,
a steampunk. Yeah, right. Steampunk aboleth. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that could work because like instead of like breathing in the water, it pulls the water into its steampunk engine, burns it, makes the steam.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, we're doing underwater steampunk, rock and roll. Let's do this.
Okay, so that's the twist. The twist is he accidentally let loose an experimental. Can you guys see that? There we go. Experimental aboleth creature. Does he have family? Does he have like let's say he has a daughter. Let's just give him a daughter. Daughter who disagrees with his shenanigans.
Yep. I wonder what her name could be. It starts with an A.
Air.
It ends with an Ariel.
Wada. I know, Leyrena, come on, dude, you need to help me with this. All right, Alaren. Alarena. There we go. She is now canon with his shenanigan. Alarena, because it has to start with an A.
And it turns out that the daughter is the one who reveals this.
Yeah.
Because she's been studying it and trying to get her dad to just admit that he's wrong. He's like, "Oh no, I can solve it." Blah 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 blah.
Okay. Her dad.
But she's like, look, just I can stop this.
Okay.
Just let me give it a shot. But he's like, no, it's too dangerous for one person. We need help.
Okay.
Summon the storm. Bring the adventurers here. And so it's the adventuring party and his daughter who goes out to stop.
I love
this,
it.
This because then you have like an NPC, the whole quest.
Yes.
You're not just talk to these guys. Okay, now bugger off and do your own thing.
This is gonna work. Okay, I'm not even gonna put a summary because I already know what the protagonist wants us to do, and it's really, we think it's Falrin, but it turns out to be his daughter, who thinks her father has lost it. Oh, like the Nutty Professor?
No.
You know, remember Nutty Professor? Am I showing my age again?
No, I'm aware of the movie. I'm curious as to how the Nutty Professor plays into what we're working on.
Well, just like she doesn't agree with what he's doing, and not Nutty Professor, but just any professor or any inventor. Remember Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Just sort of an inventor who's kind of gone beyond his capabilities to control his invention.
Like, say, I don't know, Frankenstein?
Yeah. So, yeah. I'll put Frankenstein.
Or Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Whatever you got. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever you got lying around your house.
Oh,
if you don't got Frankenstein, store-bought Chitty Chitty Bang Bang will do just...
Exactly. See, Joe and I have both, or at least 2 sheets in tonight. So, you know what I had this idea too. I just got an email from Afternoon Maps. Very important you say that. Afternoon Maps.
I love Afternoon Map.
And
really refreshing.
they just sent me... I love this. They just sent me the newest one, and they just got a like a lonely hilltop thing. But then I remembered that they have, hold on, I gotta search for this because this is really cool. They have a Kraken garden, and it's like underwater. Where's the search? I can't find the search. I can't find it. Where's the search? Search posts. Okay, Kraken. And this would be a really cool map to have. Okay, here we go. Look at that! check it out. We could have... Oh, that's just the header. Okay. Here's the Kraken Garden. Continue reading. Come on. Here we go. Look at this map. Isn't that gorgeous? We could have that map. That's the coral reef we're talking about. Oh, you can't see it because you're...
Yep, no, there we go. Yeah, no, that'll work. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
And the aboleth could be the little baby steampunk aboleth light. There's so many
Yes.
modifiers to this thing now. It could be in the deeper part of the water, and you
Yep.
could enter in from the other side of the water.
Yep, and they've got a map that's like in the deep of night, or if there's weird floating crystals going on, and it's really cool. So that would be perfect for this. I'll make a little note. Okay, so
Nice.
yeah, I mean they're beautiful maps. Okay. All right. So what else is happening? We talked about doing traps and that kind of thing. So we should
Underwater traps present an interesting.
What kind of underwater traps would there be?
Well, there could be something like electricity that would transmit really well.
I like that. Let's do that. What kind of trap could we do that is based on electricity? We call it a charged trap. What would a charged? It's hard to say. Charged trap do. Level 4 to 6. Remember, so
Yeah. Okay, so here's some interesting things about water. There could be a section of the water that has no oxygen in it.
okay,
So, there's like just nothing grows there.
okay,
And also, we need to talk about how the players will survive all of this.
okay.
Because if this is going to be underwater, then our players will need to be underwater, and the heroes will need to have a reason to survive underwater and not die in 5 minutes of being under.
Well, yes, unless A. Lorena, which I've named her, gives each of them underwater breathing because she's a druid or something.
Okay, yeah, that works.
If she's a
Fine by me.
druid, she could give them what level druid could give underwater breathing? I forget that level spell.
Oh, watch it be like you have to be a level 20 wizard. I'm
Oh,
just
that's
like, well,
okay.
okay, well, if she's here, then what's the point of us fighting? Fighting the darn thing.
Joe's the sober co-host.
Yeah, somebody's got to keep the
someone's-
ship riding.
Someone's got to keep the ship in the right direction.
So let's see here. We'll look up the level for underwater breathing later. We've got, let's see, you've got nets and snares
yes,
that you can
nets,
put underwater.
Snares.
You
That's
could
fine.
have like heavy stuff above where the PCs are that could sink down and fall on them. Like a giant boulder or something like that. All the spells work underwater, so
Right.
those are all traps that could work.
Yep.
Let's see. Would you?
Well,
be
you got
able to
lobster
spring
cages too.
Yeah, you got yeah. So they could just make medium creature-sized lobster cages.
Yep.
Or maybe that's the lobsters they catch. They're just medium-sized lobsters.
Oh yeah. What about if there's like things that would be on a reef that would be deadly to you and me? Oh, there's Lorena. Thank you. We named a underwater princess after you, sweetie. So you're part of canon now. You have a protagonist. You're the daughter of the tribe leader of the Tritons, and her name is Lorena.
Because we were trying to come up with names, and we just went Lorena, and
Yeah.
it just put the in there as well.
Well, that, and she's into the steampunk jewelry making over on her channel, and her father's a steampunk, sort of an underwater steampunk professor or inventor or crazy guy. We don't know yet, and so yeah, that works. He's let loose.
Side note: we may need the Rails command.
We
Lorena, if you want to get Rainick to come over
So,
here, 'cause we're pretty cool.
what about, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the needles and stuff from, like, coral reef. You know how some of those creatures underwater tend to have poison in their, you know,
Yep.
they're prickly?
That's a possibility.
Yeah, so prickly underwater, boy, I can't type, coral poisons. Yeah. Spines! Yes, thank you, spines. Couldn't think of the word. We've been drinking. And when I say we, I mean me, because Joe's apparently sober. So we were going to do this area in a previously undiscovered part of Amonrath. And the map, as you can see here, we decided that it was going to be down here by the T and Tropical. Somewhere right here is an underwater tropical reef where our intrepid adventurers have been summoned and have been given underwater breathing by Lorena. And it's because her father, Sargasso, no, who's her father? Falrin Momoath, because someone insisted on Jason Momoa's name. So yeah, Falrin Momoath is a Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein type guy. And
Nutty Professor.
We're
going with either. We're going with either.
Well, when I think of Frankenstein, I think of young Frankenstein, so kind of the same thing. Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, they're exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And he has accidentally released a clockwork aboleth. And we're saying it's the aboleth, the reduced one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, ideally, the DM would, just kind of like tweak the aboleth,
right,
to get it to work for a party of 4 or 5 level creature.
Right. So this is if.
Oh yeah, you got to show her the map. You got to show Lorena the map.
Oh, sure. Which map?
The
Kraken Garden.
The Kraken Garden.
All right, get that back up again. So I belong to the patron. I am a patron of Afternoon Maps with an M. Everyone says Afternoon Naps.
crab salad, Lorena, not fruit salad. Crab salad.
Oh, crab salad. Oh, that'd be good. Afternoon Maps. Although I am a fan of afternoon naps as well. And there's this really cool. This person makes beautiful maps. I use them on Banana Brothers. And the Kraken's Garden is, let me open. I have to open the actual. Here we go. Look at that map. That's like the daylight one, and then here's one that is scroll. That's like at night with the shipwreck below, and there's one with some crystals on it. They make some amazing. They're 30 by 30. You can see they've all been gridded out. You can get them gridded or not gridded, and they're really beautiful. So that's the Kraken. That's like that area down below that we're gonna include this map in. And because I'm a patron, I have access to these maps. If you're not a patron, go be a patron, because if you're any kind of D&D player, they're beautiful, beautiful maps. Okay.
Yes, so what we've got so far is the king, King Triton. I know it's not.
It's Falrin, but we'll make him king. King Falrin Momoath.
Yes. He had his mages summon a storm to bring... He didn't care who he brought. But who he wound up bringing was our party of intrepid adventurers. And the party of intrepid adventurers were heading from the west coast, from the east coast of the western continent over to the west coast of the eastern continent. It was just like a standard route. They've done it 1,000 times. And then a storm come out of nowhere, and it blew them off course, and they wound up in King Momoath's
Gilligan's Island. It was a 3-hour tour.
Hour tour. We're in Gilligan's Island now.
Okay.
And so Falrin Momoath tells him, look, I need your help. There's this monster who is rampaging in our Kraken's garden, and you got to stop him. And that's all, it would be more more detailed than that. But he doesn't tell them anything about the fact that he made it and released it on accident. He just says, "Oh, what a terrible accident this is! The natural occurrence that needs to be stopped, and is nobody's fault and totally not mine at all."
Yep.
But then, when you leave his council, his chambers, wherever he has his meeting with the players,
Yep.
in runs his daughter,
Who is named
Alarina, and breaks it down, tells you the truth, says, "Look, my dad is not telling you everything, and it's actually kind of worse than that, and I'm gonna help you. Here's the truth of it."
Okay. Yes. But now we have a twist that it's an experimental aboleth creature that her father let loose. But is there another twist to say how we're going to get her father to come around, or is he going to continue to release these crazy clockwork undersea creatures throughout Amonrath? How are we going to get that to change? What's going to change him continuing to do this? There's another twist.
Oh, well, yeah, there could always be diplomacy checks or intimidation checks.
Yep.
Yeah.
But what? How can we get him to stop? What is he under someone's control?
Do you want him to be under someone's control?
I don't know, but Tritons in my world I considered good, so I would say he's probably being. And Ryland, do not say necromancer.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, the whole through line of this is that nobody set out to make a clockwork monster.
Okay.
It just got loose. Like, it was a genuine accident. It's just that the king doesn't want to admit that he was the one that caused it.
Okay, so he's still a good guy. He just let something slip. Or maybe it was his apprentice, some young apprentice, didn't know what they were doing.
You want to do that? We can do that. Sure.
Right. So there's a young apprentice. We need a name. We need a name. Underwater name for a young apprentice. Underwater name? We need a Triton name for a young apprentice. Chat, what say you? Well, if we've got, maybe it's Alarena's sweetie. Or maybe it's Aranic.
No, it needed to be.
It could be either one. Alarena, we don't judge. So you pick who your sweetie is. And Aranic is actually female, so that works. It could be either one. Oh, okay, perfect. And Nisray, which is Aranic backward. Nisray. And are they a Nikray or a Nisray? Are they male or female or undecided? We do not judge. And Nisray works for Alarenas.
Anik Ray sounds like the wrong way to say Rainic in Piglet.
Undecided is good. Okay, perfect.
Is that the right way? Anik Ray? Yeah, no, that's the right way. Yeah.
But it's her lover. Anik Ray.
It's getting saucy.
Oh, I like that. Anik Ray. I'll have to put the pronunciation on there.
It sounds like you're trying to get the attention of somebody whose name is Nick Ray.
Anik Ray. Hey, Nick Ray! But is Alarena's lover. Okay. And she really doesn't want his feelings to be hurt, or doesn't want him to be punished for accidentally letting the aboleth loose.
What if we put young apprentice Anik Ray in the not like direct clutches, but in the danger of this mechanical aboleth, like he's stuck in the lair. So like instead of
Oh yeah.
a damsel in distress, we've got a
Person in distress.
person in distress.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love it. And you know what? Maybe it's in the lobster cage.
Yep. That
Okay.
works. And so because what that will do is it'll let you know, this thing is also swimming around all these lobster cages. You got to be careful that you don't get thrown into one.
Yep.
Because that's how they work. Like you don't. They're not. Like if like the aboleth hits you, there's a chance it can knock you into one of the cages and you could be stuck inside of
I
it.
love it. Let me write that down. Could knock you into a lobster cage. That'll be part of the legendary lair or the lair action. Yep.
Yeah, sure, good.
All right.
Yeah.
Who gets stuck in a lobster cage, and and timing is of the essence. Oh no! If they're Triton, they can breathe underwater.
Yeah.
But what other reason would they have for timing is of the essence? He has a poison from. Oh, he got pricked by a poisonous. What's a coral reef poison thing? We haven't talked about traps, so that's the next thing.
Well, maybe that's what they do. Like, because the well, no, that wouldn't work because he's a Triton. Well, see, here's the thing: these lobster cages would be used to catch the lobster.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't want to poison the lobster.
No.
So why would there be poison in the cage?
No, but he got pricked by it, and then he got thrown into the cage by the action of the aboleth. And so he's slowly dying from the poison that he previously got, and they got to get him out of there fast.
Okay.
Yeah, but what kind of poisonous coral reef is there?
Well, I don't know, clownfish, or not clownfish, lionfish are, I think, poisonous.
Limefish?
Lion?
Lionfish? Oh yeah, they are. Very. Lionfish? I'll look it up.
Let's see here. Let's see, the reef stonefish.
Stonefish? Okay, I'll look that up too. When I write this, I will look all these up.
Let's see, reef stonefish, scorpionfish, toadfish, weaver,
Ooh.
popofish.
What?
Catfish, but not so much. I mean, like, I know some of the catfish are, but
Go back.
They usually just like sting you.
Read a couple back. You said stone?
Yes. The reef stonefish. That's the name of it.
Yeah, but what was the one you read after that?
Scorpionfish.
Yeah.
Toadfish.
Scorpion. That's because that would to me would be poisonous. Scorpionfish.
All
right, I'll look those
There's
up.
There's one here called the Stargazer.
What?
There's one here called the Stargazer.
Ooh, Stargazer.
Oh, that is very undeserving of its name.
Oh, is it nasty?
It looks like. Oh man, that's a terrible name to have. Oh well, I guess it'd be called the Stargazer. It just looks like just a fish blob. Like it's just like, bleh, it's like it's not. Oh, we won't go into it.
It should be nicer looking, is what you're saying?
Well, it's got a name like Stargazer. Maybe it's called Stargazer because its eyes are up on top of its head.
Oh yeah, maybe. Maybe we could create a Stargazer fish that's, more romantic than the real life Stargazer fish. So, what kind of trap would Anik Ray fall into that would have given him some poison? What kind of traps? There's electricity, and we'll do poison. Just do blobfish.
Well, what if we did this? What if, so we made the fish, whatever fish we chose to be poisonous, like say it's a reef stonefish or scorpionfish, whatever we want to choose. What if we made a swarm of them?
Ooh.
And it just moved around, just like let's say it was a 3x3 cube.
Okay.
And every turn, either at the beginning or the end.
Yep.
The DM rolled a dice to randomly determine which direction it moved.
Okay.
And then that's the direction that the the school of these poisonous fish just like moves
like
into,
that.
and they move their full distance, and whoever they pass by or whoever passes through them, as they move,
Okay.
has to do a check or get poisoned.
Okay, what's the check? Constitution?
Oh, Constitution, I guess, or yeah. I
Okay.
think maybe survival would work too, but potato, potato.
Con or dexterity to swim or
Dexterity would work too. Yeah, I always like giving players plenty of options.
yep, dex or dex or survival to and if they don't, what's the DC? Do you think? Remember they're level 4
it
to
should
6.
probably be pretty high, so like maybe 15.
Yeah. Okay. Or take what kind of damage? Is it just each round, or what if they land in a spot? At the if they're in that space?
Well, yeah. If I would say like if the school passes by them, like if they are in the square that the school passes through,
Okay.
then they do the check. If they end their turn in it, then it should be like a DC of 20.
Okay. Got it.
Because you chose to be there, dude. That's on
Yep,
you.
it's on you. All right. So what's the damage if it's passing?
I think the damage should be. I think the damage should be the same all the way around.
Let's go to our, let's go to our dice roller. Where is that?
Probably like 1d8 or 1d10 right off the top, like like the initial.
Where's my D&D?
And then
dice. Any dice? Here we go. So, you think like 3d8 plus 4? I don't know. Calculate. That gives an average of 17 points of damage. That's okay for a level. Yeah.
That's fine. And then 1d4 turns later, the poison finally kicks in and does like 68. Like way more. And that's because that's like the king. That's like that's what a Nick Ray.
Nick Ray
is having a struggle with too.
Okay, so if they end their turn in the poison or with the poison on them?
No, if they end their turn in the school of fish.
Yeah. Then it's 68.
Oh no! See, the way I've always worked poisons is you take initial damage from the
Gotcha.
the beginning, like the first prick.
Okay.
And then, after a number of turns, then the poison actually does what it's supposed to do. Like if you're an assassin and you sneak poison into somebody's glass, then they don't die right away.
Right. All right. So what should that end turn be? 68.
I mean, I feel like it should really be a wallop.
A wallop. All right. Let's go back to my calculator here.
Like 68.
68. Well, just 68 is. Oops. Averages 27.
Yeah, that like it should be. It should be bad.
Okay. Okay, so 3d8 plus 4 or 18 average initial damage, and then if you end your turn there or at the end of this poison's
like the time it takes to basically like it's
yeah.
Not hibernation. Hibernation is not the word. But like not gestation.
I know what you're
either,
saying, but
you know what I mean. Like it takes time to set. It takes time to get your bloodstream.
You take 68. Okay. But that's also if you end your turn there, you take that.
Yes. No.
Or still
I
with.
believe I miscommunicated something. Initial damage is 3d8 plus 4.
Yep, 18.
And then then a dice roll has to happen to determine how many turns after the initial poisoning the secondary damage comes in.
Okay.
But that's all through, like, either ending your turn or passing your turn. It's 3d8, then 68 both times. It's not like... Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's just the DC that's higher.
I see. Okay. Gotcha.
So the way I usually do poisons is there's the initial damage.
Yeah.
the DM rolls a dice. I usually do like 1d6 or 1d4.
Yeah.
And that many turns later, that's when that secondary damage gets.
Okay. Gotcha. And it's poison damage. But they're not poison, they just take poison damage.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. Are there nets?
There could absolutely be nets. Like there could be like leftover, just like it floating in the water. Same with the traps.
Sure. Probably not snares as much. Just lobster cages. Is something happening? That's just a restraining thing, right?
Yeah, because that's how we get Anik Ray stuck in them in the first. They're just
right. And let's say that it takes a strength check.
Yeah, strength would work.
To break through. To open the cage. Okay. All right, I love it. This is perfect. I love it for the season finale of 3 Sheets One Shot, Joe. Thank you. This is great. We've created a whole new area on our world of Amenrath. It's called Sargasso Haven. I don't like Sargasso. Let's pick a new name. Pick a new name, Joe.
All right, give me a sec.
I don't like Sargasso. We can think of something better.
Let's see here. What do we got? We need place.
Yeah, place of underwater. Something more, I don't know.
Well, let's look up island names.
Yeah, something more tropical.
Let's see here. No, coral's too on the nose.
I like Haven. That has to stay.
Let's see
Coral
here.
Haven's a bit, Miami hotel name, motel name.
Let's see here.
Something.
What about Crystal Shoal Haven?
I like that better. Crystal Shoal Haven. I like that. But it has a more romantic sort of. You could go on vacation.
Okay, yeah, works for me.
Yeah, sort of like almost like you could be called there and then not realize what you're getting into. Like, oh, Crystal Shore Haven, sure, let's go. And then you get there and go, oh.
Cut to, there's a serial killer here.
Yeah, let's double check our map and time here. We might need to head back out. Okay, great. This is awesome. I really wanted to get into kind of opening up a new area. Over the summer, I plan to draw sort of the western hemisphere of the map of Amenrath. I'll go back up to the map so you guys can see that. I need to finish up Wildenoth here. That continent has not been completed, but there's also more here in this area over to the west, and it will connect here as a globe. So I plan to work on that.
So now we only have one thing left to do.
What's that?
The giveaway.
The giveaway! Yay! Okay, so if everyone's typed in !homebrew, you qualify to win a. Oh, you know what? Let me go grab a set. Okay, hang on 1 second. They are right here. Didn't have them, but now I do. Die Hard dice. They are beautiful golem, swamp golem dice, and they are in honor of our banana brothers who are going through swamps and dealing with spoiler alert, the end boss in this campaign is Ligmoy.
And the command is !
!homebrew. So type it in real quick and let's find a winner. Let me pull that up on the screen so I can do it. Everybody, homebrew. And let's see who our winner is. And go. Yep. Do it. Put this up.
I suggest we go raid Cell.
Absolutely. Let's do that. Alright, so let's go to our giveaway and see. Lyrena hasn't typed it yet. Joe, you haven't typed it yet.
Oh, I'm kind of like ineligible, don't you think?
I think you should go for it. I think you should absolutely go for it. I'm not gonna. I mean, come on.
Okay. I'll do it.
Come on, Lyrena. You want a set of dice? I'm gonna get you playing Dungeons and Dragons sooner or later.
If I win, I'm giving my no. Well, no, Rainix already got it said. Who do I know that doesn't? Who do I know that?
You give so much of your winnings away, Joe. Maybe you should just keep them for yourself and use them. They're beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, you absolutely should give them to yourself.
Okay.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this giveaway. All right, Lyrena, you don't want to join?
I don't know. I'll get her.
Thank you, everyone who's joined us for this crazy adventure. Joe and I really appreciate all of you, and we plan to pick this up in the fall in another season of 3 Sheets One Shot, but I do need the summer off, and I really appreciate Joe for always having my back. You're the best.
There she is.
There she is. All right, let's pick this winner.
Her.
Let's see who it is. I don't even know. I click it.
Oh, there we go.
Who is it?
She won too.
Yay! All right, Lyrena. I will get that to you as soon as possible. No worries. Thank you so much. And Joe, again, thank you so much for co-hosting. I really appreciate it, and helping me build this world of Amonrath, and continuing to support me through your generous support through being a sub and your being a patron.
It was fun.
I love you, and I will see everyone on Tuesday for another episode of Banana Brothers. Let's go to our thank you screen.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Oh, we need to go raid Sal, right?
Yep.
All right, let's go to that. We are not muted.
Okay.
I always feel like I have to say that out loud.
For you. Just for you. Say it for you.
Yeah.
Remind yourself.
Yeah, for me. Yeah.
And then we're gonna go see Cell, and Cell's playing Cook Serve Delicious, and I hate that game because it's not how you cook. That's not how cooking works.
Do you know what game would be fun to play, I think, and stream?
Dungeons and Dragons every Tuesday on this channel with the Banana Brothers.
Well, Joe, don't forget your Riff and Rabble Saturday night.
Right, Saturdays at 6:30 Eastern. What's that? There's a Pacific time for it as well, and there's a British summertime for it too. Yep, and that's at twitch.tv/Riff and Rabble. We're doing
Rabble.
Doing the Storm King's Thunder. Everybody better show up.
Yeah, definitely go watch them. And Joe does an amazing dwarf accent, so you got to go just tune in to hear his dwarf and to hear who is it who does the great Deckard Cain accent. Raijus does a druid's voice, Deckard Cain, and all right. Now here's our correspondent in the field, Sel Kuthmind. Yes. Here we go. We're rating. All right, I'm gonna mute us now. Okay, so say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.